I mean, if you want to create a world that has the conditions that then leads to an endless cycle of violence, I would say the U.S. can just withdraw from Asia, we can withdraw from Europe, we can give up on our efforts in the Middle East, and we will have endless cycles of violence, as we've had in those parts of the world before, in the 21st century.
Comment, Scott?
Well, it doesn't make any difference one way or the other to the American people who rules Taiwan. And nobody wants to see violence. It would be terrible if China invaded and people were killed there. No one wants that. But if the Chinese rolled into outer Mongolia, does anybody in here think that America should intervene, start a war to protect Mongolia from Chinese aggression? Or there's some things that are just out of our purview and out of our jurisdiction and cost too much. And by the way, back to the cost, Mr. Kristol has said repeatedly just how affordable all of this is. But our national debt is $30 trillion right now. We spend something like $1 trillion a year on militarism if you count the VA and the care and feeding of the nukes at the Energy Department and the rest of that. We absolutely cannot afford it. And if you ask the people who lost, people in the wars or in the terrorist attacks against this country in the meantime, their costs are a lot higher. Now, if you have a think tank that's financed by arms manufacturers, then these are good times, and you don't probably understand what anybody else has to worry about. But there is severe, as they call it, economic anxiety in this country, mostly caused by the boom and bust crash cycle that we have. They call it the business cycle. It's the inflationary money cycle. And the reason they keep expanding the money supply is to make the world empire seem free. For all those checks he was cashing, they never raised his taxes once in the highest bracket because they just borrowed the money from China and printed it instead. And so then regular people are blowing their brains out because they're forced to carry this economy on their back.
Okay, next question over there.
I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.